You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Hello everyone, my name is Obi Cthulhu, and we're doing a little face cam stuff for one. I thought the lighting was really pretty. I like how it's coming through my window right now. And number two, I keep getting copyright stuff. So we're gonna try to prevent that from now on so that I can get my videos out on time and so that you guys get content at all, and I don't have to fight Sony or Warner Brothers or whoever has a licensing for this. Today we are going to be talking about the Alien franchise. I mentioned this in my last video, my 2023 ranking video, that I was gonna make this. So this is me making it now before I slack off and forget about it. So imagine this. There I was, sitting on my couch, when I saw that the most Alien movies were available to watch on a streaming platform, which I will not name because I'm not even sure if mentioning it will get me in trouble. So, anyways, I watched all 6 movies in the past couple of days, and I have a review for each film, and I will have them ranked at the end of this video. I am just using a summary off of Google just to give you guys the synopsis of the movie, so don't get mad at me. Again, this should have no spoilers. I wrote the script a long time ago, so I'm not really sure anymore. I should have reread the script. That's what I should have done. Okay. Anyways, we're getting into the first one. Alien. Directed by Ridley Scott. In deep space, the crew of the commercial ship Nostromo is awakened from their cryo-sleep capsules halfway through their journey home to investigate a distress call from an alien vessel. The terror begins when the crew encounters a nest of eggs inside the alien ship. An organism from inside an egg leaps out and attaches itself to one of the crew, causing him to fall into a coma. Hands down, this is absolutely one of my favorite sci-fi horror films, and one of my favorite films of all time. I believe it is masterclass of horror. The camera work, the environments, the astrophere, the atmosphere, the costuming, the music. Oh my god. This film is just excellent in every way. Thank you, Ridley Scott, you absolute G. I don't have a lot to say about it because I think it's absolute cinema, but there are a lot of sequels, some that don't do it justice. But to me, this is a perfect monster flick, and a genius and creative way to incorporate science fiction into your world. I think this movie's really great, really fantastic. But that's all I have to say about that one. Moving on to number 2. Aliens. After floating in space for 57 years, Lieutenant Ripley's shuttle is found in a deep space salvage team. Upon arriving at LV-426, the Marines find only one survivor, a 9-year-old girl named Newt. But even these battle-hardened Marines, with all the latest weaponry, are no match for the hundreds of aliens that have invaded the colony. Now, when I wrote this, this was one of my favorite sequels. I don't know about that anymore because, James Cameron, he's a goat. He picks up this project and has his own creative vision with it. You can see a lot of the not similarities, but like inspirations that he took into his later films, specifically Avatar. You can see how the sci-fi aesthetic kind of like goes into the 2 films in Avatar and Avatar 2, Way of Water. But it is adapting itself from just a horror film to a an action adventure kind of more like that. It still has the horror aspects in it. It's just kind of straying away from the horror. I think it kind of makes the xenomorph a lot less terrifying than in the first film, because in the first film there's only one and it takes out an entire crew of very capable scientists, or crew members. I don't know if they're all scientists. I think it does a good job at adapting itself, but I do think that if you don't particularly like action, this movie is not going to sit right with you. But you do have to watch this movie to understand the next movie. Yeah, so the next movie, Alien 3/Alien Cubed. Ellen Ripley is the only survivor when she crash lands in Fiorina? Fiorina 161, a bleak wasteland inhabited by former inmates of the planet's maximum security prison. Once again, Ripley must face skepticism and the alien as it hunts down the prisoners and guards. Without weapons or modern technology of any kind, Ripley leads the men into battle against the terrifying creature. Despite what critics will tell you, this movie is actually very good. I was really surprised. We dive back into the sci-fi horror aspect of the Alien series, and it's done very well. This is directed by Seven's own David Fincher, which I know that this is like his least liked picture that he made. I, however, will defend this man. This is actually a very good Alien movie, and just a good movie in general. It's very interesting. It's very unique. The xenomorph actually takes its name to another level by morphing from a different species. I won't say which one. You'll have to watch it and find out. And yeah, this is the lowest rated film in the franchise, and on like most things. I think I checked Letterboxd and I checked IMDb and I checked Rotten Tomatoes maybe, and all of them are like they have this one as the lowest rated one, and I'm like, why, dude? When we get to one of the Alien movies, you will see. This is by far one of my favorites, and I think there's a lot of heart and soul in this movie that maybe people just don't see. I don't know. I've seen kind of a resurgence of people saying this movie is actually kind of good on like Twitter and film Twitter, and I would absolutely agree. With one of the most beautiful final scenes I have ever seen. Alien Cubed good. Go watch. Alien Resurrection. The saga continues 200 years after Ripley sacrificed herself for the sake of humanity. I know I said I wasn't going to do spoilers, but I don't think I can do this video without spoilers. So spoiler warning. Her erstwhile employers long gone, this time it is the military that resurrects the one woman-killing machine through genetic cloning to extract the alien from within her. But during the process, her DNA is infused with the queen, and then the aliens escape. Now Ripley must decide where her allegiance lies. I don't know if I should... Hold on. Is that better? Not really. Anyways. Okay. Well, we're back to the horror stuff, and it's really bad. Took a massive dump on what I consider to be a pretty good franchise thus far. This movie agitates me endlessly. Every decision, every action, every direction is just so bad. So I'm going to get into some spoilers here. So don't even watch this movie. So after Ripley dies and gets resurrected, she grows these superhuman abilities, which leads nowhere. And she has infused xenomorph queen DNA, which leads nowhere. And then the queen gives birth to the first humanoid xenomorph, which goes nowhere. A lot of this film goes nowhere, and it's so disappointing. The kills aren't good or creative. This is also wildly inconsistent with the rest of the series. Xenomorphs can now spit acid. Like, that has never been... their blood is acid, okay? Their spit was not acid, because you see it spit on people. It salivates on people, and this never happens again. Only in this movie does this happen. It doesn't happen a single other time in a single other alien movie. I don't get it. And the xenomorphs are already mixed with humans, so why would they need hybrids with humans when they already are? It's in the name, xenomorph. It morphs into whatever the host is. Oh my... I need to calm down. Okay. Alien 3 establishes that concept very well and very clearly. This movie does a great disservice to Winona Ryder and Ron Perlman as well. They're awful in this movie. Not performance-wise, just like how they're written. Also, the description says that Ripley has to choose her own allegiance with the movie, but the movie doesn't convey this at all. Like, I don't know. That's super weird. This movie was just a drag to watch. Terrible and the worst in the entire franchise. No surprise where this one is going to be placed. And then we take a step back with Prometheus. The discovery of a clue to mankind's origin leads a team of explorers to the darkest parts of the universe. Two brilliant young scientists lead the expedition. Shaw hopes that they will meet a race of benevolent, godlike beings who will, in some way, verify her religious beliefs, while Holloway is out to debunk any spiritual notions. However, neither the scientists nor their shipmates are prepared for the unimaginable terror that awaits them. Ridley Scott is back, baby! Raw! And Idris Elba is also in this movie. Michael Fassbender does a really good job in both of these prequels, to be honest. He's definitely the main character of these prequels in my eyes. And if I had a nickel for every time they had a character play basketball very oddly, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice in this franchise. These 2 prequels, though, unfortunately become growingly inconsistent with the rest of the Alien franchise, which is super weird, since having the original director who started this all come back. This movie has a lot to say about evolution, science, and religion. These themes are fairly apparent and pretty good, though. I'll forgive the movie for not being consistent. Sorry, my bad. This movie is so good, and I'm glad Ridley Scott returned to the series. It really needed it. Anyways, this movie is good. Go watch. And the last film, Alien Covenant. Bound for a remote planet set on the far side of the galaxy, members of the colony ship Covenant discover that what they think to be an uncharted paradise. While there, they meet David, the synthetic survivor of the doomed Prometheus expedition. The mysterious world soon turns dark and dangerous when a hostile alien life form forces the crew into a deadly fight for survival. Ridley Scott returns again. And I just want to say this movie has Michael Fassbender talks weird. Like he's putting on like an obvious deeper tone as the one in this one as opposed to the last one. And I think it's to differentiate There's two Michael Fassbenders in this movie, and they have a flute scene that is very homoerotic, but like also self-erotic. I don't know, it's weird. Also, hilariously, James Franco dies immediately. Does not get a single line in before burning in his cryopod. That's funny. That's comedy right there. I'm not sure if Ridley Scott remembers how Alien starts, because honestly, this is getting a little absurd. I'm not sure if Covenant is like if the God, Covenant is like the forgotten cousin at the family convention because it's just fine. It's not great or remarkably bad. It doesn't make me mad, but it does make me feel something. I know there's another movie in the works for this franchise, directed by the same guy who did the Evil Dead remake. Luca Guadagnino. Luke. I don't know. I don't remember. But honestly, I kind of wish this franchise would stop. I love Alien. It's one of my favorite movies. I believe if it was just a simple trilogy, I would have loved it even more. Unfortunately, there are more than that, and it's just a weak series at this point. I do wonder why I don't see a lot of dedicated fans to this franchise, like there are for Scream or Friday the 13th. I know I listed slashes instead of like horror franchise, but like that's what I came up with when writing the script. Just shut up. Shut up. But yeah, so those are my little reviews of the Alien movies. Here is my ranking from worst to best. At worst we have Resurrection, then we have Covenant, then we have Prometheus, and then I'm gonna switch this up in the script. We have Aliens, then we get to Alien 3, and finally the best, Alien. Who would have thought? So there you have it. The entire Alien franchise reviewed, ranked. This series holds a special place in my heart. I always would watch videos with my mom, or not videos. I would always watch movies with my mom, a lot of older 80s movies. And so my mom showed me this movie, and I was really happy to explore the whole franchise. Just reminded me of like memories with my mom, just watching a bunch of movies together. So I thought it was nice. Very much a time. That was one, two, three, six. What, 6 movies? That was 6 movies, and I don't regret watching them. Even if Resurrection was bad, it was awful. It was terrible. Don't let anyone ever tell you that it's not. Anyways, with that, ciao everyone.